It's the Zach Sang Show. Zach Sang Show.
Dude, you're living here, yeah?
We're here.
That's good, brother.
How you doing?
Nice to see you.
Here? Where should we go?
You're gonna go there and here. These two spots right here. Zach Sang Show. Hanging out in the studio right now. Cal and Rob, time flies. Hello, friends.
What up?
It's
Been a minute.
Dude, it has been a second here.
Since New York.
Well, since New York, it was the last time you did the show.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I saw you, I was pretty drunk at Nick Jonas's office.
Weren't we all?
That
Yeah.
makes three of us.
Nick
yeah.
Jonas has an office?
He does. It's really nice.
That's a cool office.
Well, it's more of like a house, but it's
like a
Yeah.
pad.
it's cool.
Yeah, it's
Pad.
like
It's
hang.
like a vibe.
Yeah.
It's a total vibe.
Yeah.
Best word, vibe.
Yeah.
The place is, I mean, he throws really good parties. You've
He
heard
does.
of them.
I've heard of them. I have not been invited. Thank you so much.
There was a cigar roller doing work there. There was a lot
Yeah.
of stuff going on.
They roll cigars. They get very into it. It's like a very big deal, and the drinks are
Yeah.
good. How is life for you? You just moved here, right?
We are out here.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Like-
Life is good. I like LA.
Yeah. But do you really?
I really do.
Okay.
I don't want to.
Well, how long have you been here?
4 months?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're fresh.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, what are you thinking?
No, I mean, like, I loved LA for like a year.
Hmm.
And then you just start meeting terrible people.
Oh, that I hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
We
That's a
kept
real
our
problem.
circle pretty isolated, but I hear that
Good.
situation that like people go and they're like, "Oh, hi, I'm so and so. How many Instagram followers do you have?"
That's
real.
Yeah, no, that's...
How important is it to keep up your online game? Because that in my mind,
It's
that's
2016,
how
man.
You have to.
You have to.
But like in my mind, that's kind of how I first was exposed to you, because you came on the show all these years ago. You had
Mm-hmm.
two really great singles that, in my mind, I thought could have been a smash.
I'm with you.
Dude. I'm blanking out on what was the last single you had?
All the way.
Yeah,
I choose
All
you.
the way was
Yeah,
so
I know.
good.
Man, we've been to like.
The Spotify numbers don't lie, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that song did really well. So
yeah, I
it's
mean, we went
awesome,
to
but-
Thailand to hit like #1 there for a minute, and we
Amazing.
have these interviews like,
Yeah.
time flies. and
Yeah.
it's like, yes. Wow.
What is
It's
going on?
crazy. Yeah,
Indonesia
no.
loves us.
Oh,
so,
we
yeah.
love
Shout out to
Indonesia.
Indonesia. Yeah.
I mean, that song was great, and I really thought it could have had a life
Thank
here.
you.
Oh, yeah.
But you still have a really incredible music career, and YouTube, in my mind, was how I first heard of you in the Time
sure.
Flies Tuesdays, and you freestyle and all the covers.
It's real, man. I mean, that is what we're talking about in 2016. It's like we were able to we did it ourselves. We put ourselves out there. We did that stuff. We early on Twitter doing all that. It was like we hustled, and that's the 2016 hustle. You know, we're not out on album corners passing
Yes.
out our album. Sorry, on street corners passing out our albums, but you're on YouTube doing that stuff and slinging music.
Does it become like a little bit of a dance, right? Because so much work goes into YouTube, right? Because at first it starts as like a low-key kind of hobby, and the
Yep.
quality
Right.
is bleh, and then as the pressure becomes
Yeah.
more and more, you got to
The
keep
key
it
is
up.
to not make it look like that.
Okay.
It's supposed to look like, yeah, we were
Just
just chilling
happened.
on a Tuesday, and here's the song, but
Right,
it's like
right.
low key behind the scenes. We're grinding.
work. I mean,
Yeah.
is there a dance between keeping up everything on the digital side, but also making sure that you're crafting singles and you're in the studio creating music consistently?
Well, we've really just fallen off on Time Flies Tuesday, and I
I
think.
wouldn't even say fun.
Well, we used to do it every week, and now we do it once a month.
Yeah,
which is,
but I
you
think
know,
the thing is, as you were speaking to, is like I think it's important to say Rez and I are musicians who love making and writing original music that we're passionate about. And we were worried that maybe some of that, if we're speaking honestly, was getting lost when we're doing a cover every single week. It's
get
like
that.
Right.
we want you to know that it's not just Time Flies Tuesday. Like we make dope original music.
Right.
So we wanted that to be our thing. So that's why we made the conscious decision. It wasn't like, hey, let's stop doing that every week. It was like I think we should kind of not distance ourselves, but like take a few weeks off in between.
Now, is that like an intuition, or is that something you learn, right? Because there's a lot of other YouTube cautionary tales
There
that
are.
have come and gone. I mean, I love Carmen. Carmen is the first example that comes to mind. I mean, look at them. They had like 2 or 3 really strong singles, and a few that fluttered, but they were masters at the YouTube game.
Right.
You know?
I think we got a lot of advice on both sides. People who are like, you guys should never stop this, do this every week. And then
Yeah.
other people who are like, what are you guys doing? Get off YouTube. You want Grammys, not, subscribes or whatever.
Yeah.
Yes, so many. I remember we
so-
did like dinner with Pharrell.
Yeah, he
and
was
he
like-
said, you have created a church
Yeah,
that
great
all
quote.
these people come to. How are you going to take the church away? And we were like, well, I don't view it like that. Like I want to separate. We have to view these as kind of, though they are the same thing. It's all Time Flies.
Yeah.
You kind of have to see it as we love to express ourselves. If we're messing around guitar, we'll do a cover.
Right.
We would love to show people that we're musical like that,
Yeah.
but that's not us alone, you know? So we wanted to. I think we did a great job of that.
Yeah,
I think
no,
looking at the
it's still
response
fun,
now.
but it's also really fun to write originals.
Yeah.
That's real advice that you got from Pharrell.
Yeah, no, he was
Yeah.
right, and he's usually right about things.
Pharrell's
Yeah.
yeah.
He's got a pretty good track record.
You can change the direction of somebody's career in just that sentence,
Yeah.
right?
You gotta be careful what words you use when you're someone like
Yeah,
that, because you can.
Yeah, but it's true. But I mean, let's be real.
But that's the if
But I
it
will
ain't
say
broke,
he
don't
said-
fix it. And I don't know if I like to.
But
you
no,
know,
he
live
said
life that
that,
way.
and we
Yeah.
decided to do it our way. I mean, he was
Right.
saying you got to do it every Tuesday, and we said
No.
You know,
Yeah.
we're gonna say we'll do one once a month or twice a month and make it a thing. I mean, it was a TV show for a while. Kids said, people were like, this Tuesday night, I know what I'm doing.
Exactly.
I'm gonna put on Timeflies Tuesday, and then it became if we take a couple weeks off in between, are they still going to come back and be like, yes, I've been wanting this?
Yeah.
And the answer is yes.
The
They
pressure
have.
behind, you know what I'm starting to learn more and more about, YouTube people and just, doing the dance of like, kind of keeping a YouTube career going while keeping, I don't want to say a legitimate career, but for sake of this conversation, a legitimate career going. There's a dance involved there, but there's also like, you get hooked into the metrics of YouTube that could also be crippling, right?
Yeah, 100%. We've stopped, reading comments, caring about views as much as I feel like we at least used to back in the day, and just who cares?
I think what we started on originally was if you put out good content, people will listen, watch, listen, and that's where we went. And we wanted to give people great music, and that's where we feel like we've gone with our original stuff. And going back into Once in a While, our new song is like, man, it doesn't matter. Like you said, you need that YouTube platform.
Yeah.
You reach out to people, but we're original artists, and that's what we wanted everyone to know, and we feel like we have fully done that. So no shots at anyone, shots at YouTube, nothing, because I wouldn't change a single stepping stone in the way we've gotten here.
They run parallel to each other, and you can't be Timeflies without YouTube,
Right.
and they go hand in hand.
They do.
Once in a While is a new single.
It is.
Is there? I'm not gonna lie, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Are there nerves around this single, knowing that All the Way was such a great song and it didn't go where it needed to go or where it should have gone? Are you a little nervous with Once in a While?
I think that we, obviously when you put out a song, no matter what, you're going to say like, are people going to like this? You always have that, and you can lie and say, oh, we don't care, but whatever. But the song is doing well on its own. We've never had a song that took off like this before, especially considering, we haven't had all the syncs that All the Way had. There's all sorts of commercials with All the Way. This hasn't had any of that, and it's got 17 million
It's
streams.
organic.
We also reached a place where, we were, the first time we met with you, we were complete newbies in the music industry, and that we had our own music industry world of independent people.
Yeah.
But when we met with you, it was like, label, put a song out, like do the radio thing.
Get the
It's like,
video.
we had no idea what that was, and now it's like I don't feel like we get that excitement. Like, is this the smash? It's like we put out a song that felt very real at the time. And if you listen to the lyrics, some of the stuff you're speaking to is not like it's real in that. Like I thought I would know better. Like all these different things we've done. So the song was very real to us in that. You have these moments where you ask yourself, what am I doing? And then once in a while, everything clicks and feels good. And that's where we were, and that's what we wanted to express. So I don't think there was ever like, Rob, do you think this will be the one?
Right, no.
It was like...
But it will be.
But it will be. Yeah.
As we're talking, I'm getting flashbacks to that time in the studio. You were with a different label. It was years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was a different world. You guys were doing a lot of college shows, right?
Yep.
Touring a lot of campuses. I mean, that's been really... a really awesome, like, always around bread and butter.
For
Daddy
sure.
needs some money. I'm gonna go hop my ass onto a college campus.
I gotta tell you, there's
and
nothing more
perform.
fun than college shows.
Come on, like you get paid to f***ing drink and have a great time. That's amazing.
True.
That's true.
Gosh.
Man, we love it.
Yeah, what is that energy? I mean, is there a different energy coming from a drunk young crowd than another type of venue?
The answer is yes.
Yeah. They don't want to sing along. They want to feel bass,
Good.
both of which we're
we
down
do.
with. So,
Yeah, that's true.
College shows are awesome, but ticket shows are awesome too.
Yeah.
How does it work in the studio? I feel like you've walked me through this before, and I wish I had rewatched our interview like a few weeks ago, like randomly before I knew you guys were coming in.
How was it?
It was good. I wasn't judging you guys. I was
How'd you
judging
do?
myself.
How'd you do?
Pretty mediocre.
Okay.
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 I'm not gonna lie to you.
B minus
Okay,
work.
okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
It was it was one of those days, and I had the hair. It's a thing.
Wait, different hair?
This was Dude, this might have been 3 years ago.
Yeah.
3.5 years ago.
Wow.
Something like that. Like, Daddy was looking much different.
Don't
you know?
say that.
Do you watch?
Please don't.
Oh, it was a different me. Do you watch old YouTube videos of yourself?
Oh, we call it the like Timeflies Tuesday K-hole. You just fall
Yeah,
deep
yeah.
in there and you just get lost.
Yeah. I watched 2 last night. I'm not
Did
even
you?
gonna lie.
Yeah, sometimes I'll just click one and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh man, we were dope.
Because
Like,
when you
just
put them
look at
out,
stuff.
like, then fans will tweet like, "This is good, but do you remember?" And then you're like, "I gotta go watch that one, right?"
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then before you know it, it's like 3 a.m. And
But
you're
the
like,
thing that was fun
where
is
am I?
even ones that I watched, I was like, not our best work. It's like so fun that moment in time was captured.
Yeah, for sure.
You know?
That's really cool. I
and
like
that's
that.
what's
Yeah.
Now, I want to talk about you two. How do you work in the studio? Who comes with what? I mean, you freestyle. I remember like we were able to just give you anything,
Yeah.
and out of a hat you were able to just come up with a freestyle.
Right.
Like, what is the collaboration like between the two
It's
of you?
definitely actually surprisingly nothing like that. I feel like we always talk like maybe we should just try freestyling a song, and then we usually don't.
I don't know, we've
maybe
never
like we've
done
like
that.
freestyled some like flows or like melodies, but we've never.
Oh,
been,
that
you know,
that is a
lyrically.
big part. I'll freestyle melodies and flows, but usually we'll talk about
catch
like-
a vibe. Catch a vibe.
catch a vibe.
Yeah, as
I
it were.
mean, we're like talking about like, yo, what are you thinking about right now? Oh, I heard this cool thing I was trying to flip, like wrote it
Yeah.
down on my phone. Here's some ideas. He'll start making a beat and playing piano, and then he'll turn around and be like, what you got? And then I'll like do a melody and some words I was thinking about, and he's like, you tweak that there, and I do the same on the beat, and then
Yeah.
I go to my little booth closet that we've set up and write the verses.
His home. Go to your home.
Yeah, go to your home.
Yeah.
And he's going in on production, and I start writing the verses, and it's just like we've gotten really good. We used to be like in each other's like, no, move that kick
Yeah,
there,
yeah.
move
Yeah.
that snare, and he'd be like, that no, change that whole flow, do that thing. But now we've gotten really good at kind of knowing what we love and what each other likes. And so we're able to develop our own sounds, bring them together, and then he's
Cool.
like, that doesn't really work there. I say, that doesn't really work there, and it's like a perfect marriage of sounds. Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and I also think like Cal's strength is, you know, definitely on the lyrical side. Like I get more bothered by like I don't like the word "the" there because the th rubs me the wrong way. And
Right.
he'll be like, "Well, that's the meaning," and then we kind of say like, you
And
know,
then we have to get the meaning
and
back.
Yeah. So that's
Do you
kinda where we're
produce
at.
more?
Oh yeah, I do
He does all the production.
Everything.
Yeah, yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
And we've turned his laundry room into our studio, so that's where we do everything.
We-
You know, when we're on tour, we're together like 300 days a year, you know?
Wow.
And so when we're apart, you kind of develop that, it gives you that space so that when you get in the studio, it's like, all right, yeah, it's time to work.
Yeah.
So I've actually been biking to his place. We set up in the studio in his laundry room. We've got this little closet turned into the booth. We can't run the laundry while we're recording, but other than that, we're good to go. And
The only downside.
yeah, right. And the thing that started us when we were meeting with you, that original stuff, was he had the studio roll out of bed, and the mic and the laptops here. We can
Yeah.
produce and do everything right here. And we felt like, man, we've been missing that a little bit. Like, why
Yeah.
did we need to go to this nice,
lose a little
expensive
bit of that,
studio
yeah.
and do all this stuff? It's like going downstairs in your pajamas or whatever.
And
that's-
also, you know,
do that.
at these nice studios, like you always have like a runner, so we'll be like, we need 3 coffees and a chicken sandwich, and now we go get that, which is like a nice time
take a
for us
walk,
to, yeah,
you do-
exactly.
yeah, you
so,
do the
yeah.
thing.
Humbling / creatively freeing.
Yeah, but it is.
Yeah.
It really is.
I mean, once in a
it sounds
while,
ridiculous, but-
everything start to finish was in that studio by ourselves, and I think
Right.
it's one of
Do you think that worked against you? Because you were at a different record label. You're at a
Mm-hmm.
new label now. Obviously, new music coming with it. Do you feel like you got lost in all of that? Because there is like a star aspect to it, right? A
Right.
celebrity aspect of working in the nicest studio, having some guy there to do whatever the hell you need.
But I think our fans from the beginning have known that that's not us, and one of our like biggest, I guess, attributes is that we've always been like attainable. We were the guys in college in our dorm
Yeah.
room, like
Right.
that could be me, that could be you, and it's like we were never like the, oh, let's go to the nicest studio. Pardon me, garçon, can I have a croissant with a, like that wasn't us, you know? So I think it's a very easy transition, and it's so much more real. Like we want to be
Yeah.
able to go to the studio, think about this. We're not on anyone else's schedule. We do our own thing. And to speak to the label, like you said, I think it was definitely an interesting learning experience before. And I think the key to any job, anything you're doing, is live like there is no label. Live like there's no one watching you or
yeah.
taking care of you. You got to hustle yourself, and that's all we've been doing is hustling. The other stuff is out there working, and we just need to live like no one else is going to do it but us.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Once in
Preach.
a while. Give me the story
Preach.
behind it.
So we were on the tour bus, and it was probably 10 shows left in tour.
Yeah.
And Rez started, same deal. He started producing some things. He was cracked out on the beat, and just playing it through the terrible stereo in the back of the bus.
It was like after a show. So
After a
we have
show.
a lot of adrenaline.
I get
like
that.
1
a lot of
a.m.
alcohol. Yeah.
But that's a good time. I hear that's a good time to write, right? You're,
It is,
You're
it is.
fueled off of everything that
Right,
the
yeah.
audience just gave you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you want it to be real, and listeners are the smartest people out there. They can smell from a mile away. They want it to be real. So he turned around, did his What You Got, and it was just we had a
once in a while.
once in a while on the melody and everything, and once in a while I catch myself. It was like we were in this introspective place of, what is the next thing? Like this tour is finishing up. What do we want to do next? We're at a crossroads. Label wise, but ourselves, what do we want to do? Are we moving to LA? What's all this stuff? And so it was all this like, everyone has these like bad days. You have down days at work, you have down days with your family, your friends, whatever it is. But the idea that once in a while everything works out and you feel good is like such a universal thing. And we were thinking, these first couple lines of the chorus are sad, and Rez was like, we need to get that last line to really establish that like once in a while, yeah, you're down, but once in a while you just want to dance and feel good. And that kind of brought everything together, and the verses really speak to that. Like, I thought I would know better, and I thought I would know better about music, about the industry, about life. Like, you always think when you're 16 you're the smartest kid in the room, and you look back and you're like, what an idiot that kid was. You think that, and it's like, and so everything about that song, and I think it's why Rez and I point to it, is I'm so proud about everything about that song, and the reason we look to that is that everything is so honest and true, and you can hear the way we were feeling in that moment in that song. So we came up with the chorus on the bus, and then we went to our studio that we built, and we recorded it and put everything out, and it was just kind of like we were talking about, self-hustle, just like
Beautiful.
Put it out, do everything.
There was, in fact, a whistle solo.
Oh my
on
God!
the bridge. This is my favorite
We
part
said
of the
let's
song.
get weird and I do this weird whistle where I you can't even tell I'm whistling. It's like.
Whoa!
So yeah.
That
You're
was
well, because his mouth is just like
Still, yeah.
yeah.
like a ventriloquist.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's do let's do something weird for the bridge. Let's do something different. So I did like a,
We were
like doing
this is
thing.
killer. Yes.
That's so cool.
Left
But
the
then we
studio for a
trashed
day,
that, yeah.
came back. We're like, that's the worst thing we've ever done.
Yeah.
We need to back to the drawing board. And we went and we did we wrote a new bridge, and I think it just like everything kind of just happened seamlessly with that. Like we were
Yeah, it
talking
made
about.
sense.
Yeah.
There wasn't the pressures. There wasn't like
It was
a
organic.
who should we play this for? It was like let's put this out. We want to put music out. It's been a minute. We want to put it out. And right away on Spotify, I think it was
Yeah.
like the new music.
I remember on New Year's, we were like together on New Year's, and two of my friends were visiting, whatever. We're all in the basement. They were like, "Yo, play us some new music." I was like, I hate when people do this, because like I'm trying to drink, have fun, not like
Yeah.
listen to
It's
my
not
own
work.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
It's
know?
also really hard to listen to your own song
It's so
while
yeah.
other people are watching you.
Do
and
you
you're
like
just
nod your head? It's
I still don't understand like how or why. Like when I like my friends who are artists, all they do will play. Some people love it, and some I just don't understand. I don't get it. You know what I mean? Like they just want to watch me listen.
It really depends
That's
on
weird.
like who, like we played it for, a bunch of label people, whatever. That hypes me up, because then you're like, all right, come on guys, let's get all hyped together.
You
We're
want
gonna
their
crush this song.
opinion, yeah.
But like your friends, I'm like, can we just listen to some like Snoop and call it a day?
Yeah.
I'd rather listen to Snoopy
yeah,
and Double G.
Anyway, so the kids were over, whatever, and the next morning we like woke up super hung, and the one guy was like, and I was like, oh, it's a hit.
Yeah.
Lock it down. You know what I mean?
That's
So
how
it's
you
kinda-
know.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's those moments. And I feel like you work better that way, in an organic setting where it just happens.
Yeah.
It has to.
You could say that like that's how you built your career. I mean, the songs that you were first introduced to the scene were, things that just happened between the two of you naturally.
Yeah.
In a
I mean,
dorm
look at
room.
your career. You hustled. Things got picked up. Things got better. But you always look back to the hustle as like,
Hell yeah.
There's a very select few amount of people who just win the lottery, and it's like, I woke up like this.
Exactly.
It's like
It doesn't happen.
it doesn't happen.
Yeah.
You need to do that. So I think that's where Rez and I are at our best. And not that we got complacent, but we're at our best when it's like, it's on us. He did the artwork for the single. Like, yeah, all these other people,
Photoshop game on fleek.
yeah, seriously. There are tons of other artists and other people who are like outsourcing it, 10 different people, whoever comes
Yeah.
back with the best one. And it was just like, no, let's do this ourselves. Let's
It's
go.
yours, and that makes
Yeah.
it's a different focus, a different energy, and just a different everything.
There's no one else to look to or
No.
think about.
Helen Rez, time flies once in a while.
Yeah.
2016 is going to be a great year for you guys.
Big
It's gonna be
year.
big. Yeah.
Seriously, congratulations.
Thank you.
Good vibes
you.
coming your way, and thanks for hanging out with us.
Man, it is always a pleasure. It's good to see you on this coast.
Dude, Mikasa is Sukasa. It's good to see your West
it.
Coast vibes. The sun is treating both of you very well.
Thank you.
Me, not so much.
See
I'm
my
still
farmer's tan. Yeah,
fluorescent.
exactly.
You all look very good.
Nice to meet you. Tired of the quinoa I give them every night.
No, I mean, if you don't know, like you don't.
No.